Hello, welcome back everyone.
Good evening, good evening.
As you can tell, we're a little bit tired this week.
Yep, little caught off guard.
We have a big event coming up, so hence the quietness, but our dreary eyes will hopefully be perked up after today's podcast, because we've got a very, very good guest. Big Al himself from Big Al's Backyard Ultra.
Yep.
From about 2 weeks ago now, I think. 2
2 and a bit weeks.
Yeah. So a few more minutes and we will jump over and have a good old chat with him. If you've got any questions about Big Al's Backyard or Big Al himself, drop them in the comments and we'll ask away. Yeah, we've got
a few things to talk about tonight. We got Big Al's, like you say.
Yeah.
We got Facombe.
Facombe.
I did my research, I found out how to say it, and it is Facombe.
Okay, so
and we have the Big Silver Ticket coming event.
Yes. The Big Silver coming event.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is up in Scotland, up in the Highlands.
Yep.
That's the Highlander.
Coming up this weekend, the third UK silver medal event. So we've got 2 more. We've got the Highlander this weekend, and then I think in about 3 weeks' time, we've got Pig on the Hill down in Wales. Mm-hmm. So it's all coming to a head now, which is quite exciting.
Yeah, so we'll be taking a look at the at-large list in a bit, seeing who's in the danger zone, who could get got. Yeah,
what people need to try and to get that space. But yeah, I think for now we'll have a good old chat with Al. Right, let's see
invite him in.
That magic button works. Can you hear us, Al?
I certainly can.
Hey,
lovely.
It worked.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Not so bad. Not so bad.
You managed to recover from the event a few weeks ago.
Yeah, well rested.
It's the first time I've ever been in bed for 12 hours.
I'm great at that.
Yeah. Jonathan's got that down to a T. But I'm assuming it all went well. You had a good time.
Yes. Yeah. We did. It as you know, it was only a small field, but everybody, the camaraderie and everything was really, really good. The first guy rocked up, and the second guy rocked up, so the first guy helped him put his gazebo up, and it really was. It's just a great thing to be in, really.
Yeah.
Oh, we've seen all the comments on Facebook, and it's just each one is an outpour of support, and what a great time everyone's had. Best event I've ever been to. It just seems like everyone just had a really good time there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was only 2 that had actually done one before, so 7 of them was first timers. So you know.
And how did the first timers find it then?
Loved it. They found it. You could tell they were first timers because the support went after a couple of hours, and they need the support.
Yeah.
You could tell that Phil, the guy that won it, you could tell him and his wife are ultra runners, and she stayed with him, and at 45 minutes she'd be in the mess tent.
Yeah, well drilled.
Knowing that he would be in between 51 and 53 minutes. And he just came in, sat down, boom, back again.
Yeah, it's just that bit of experience with support and knowing exactly when he needs what thing, pretty much.
Yeah, because we had one of the guys who did 17 loops. His help went at about 10 o'clock at night, and at about 1 o'clock in the morning, I think he put the wrong thing in his bottle, and it upset his stomach.
The plan's gone.
You see that a lot.
Yeah. So it's just down to that, having that support. We had one guy, Paul. He didn't have any support, but he still managed to do 16. And he said, next year I'm going to have the support and I'm going to get the 24 in.
Yeah.
So for next year it's going to be good, I think.
Nice.
Maybe not so good for me. Right?
Gonna be a wait for a long time.
There's learning to do when you cross the 24-hour mark.
Yeah.
Actually, this is difficult for me as well.
Yeah, we had 2. We had Pavel, and Phil, and Pavel came up after he'd done his 25th and said, "Give me the belt." He's Polish. I said, "Are you sure?" He said, and I don't know whether it was because he had a prior engagement,
or if he was just done.
Yeah, because he'd done between 43 and 46 minutes, and the last one he did was 51.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he said, next year I booked 2 days off work.
Nice.
That's it, yeah.
You're like, yes, but no.
Oh, brilliant.
So you, I think we've seen that you organise other events as well.
We do, yes.
Yeah. So what has the difference been like? Because obviously it's very different putting a backyard on. What are the kind of things that surprised you going into the whole different format of organising a backyard?
It's just because we organise so many events. We do ultras, we do everything, and I am the ultra side, I'm the off-road side. Mm-hmm. So I know what that takes. It takes a lot of work. The only thing is it's just making sure that everybody's in the corral and being there every hour. Normally, when a race goes off, you don't see somebody for 6 hours.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know, so that's the difference. I had two colleagues, Alan Harrison and Steve Ashcroft, and they're used to events going off, and they're going off like bullets. And when he saw them all starting to walk,
it's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
He went, "What are they doing?"
Yeah,
it's not a race.
It's no rush.
I think when we did our very first one, like someone was standing taking photos and videos at the start line, and after everyone just like waddled out at the start, they were like, "That's the most bizarre, slowest start to an event I've ever seen."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And bystanders as well. They say it's like, "Oh, was there a race on?" They're not going very fast for a race, and then you say they've been running since yesterday. We go, "Oh, okay, that's fair enough."
Yeah. One of the other guys, Lewis, he was the same. He came up probably after about 7 hours, and he just couldn't believe what he was seeing, you know. And again, as I said about the camaraderie, they've never seen that side of it, you know. Everybody's helping themselves, you know. Like there was a couple of the people that was helping, supporting. "Oh, do you want some flapjack? Do you want, you know?"
Yeah.
To do the supporters and things like that. So this is why for next year we're going to do not for the runners but for the helpers. We're going to do a barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
They'll love it. It goes down so well.
Yeah. You know, so it isn't all about the runner, you know.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's a big part of it, but there's the teams who are there, you know, for 24, 48 hours.
Yes. Yeah. So, but that was one of the reasons why I did it up Beacon Fell, because it's 620 feet of climbing.
Yeah.
That'll get the buggers.
Yeah. So you mentioned your support team. You had a pretty sizable support team as well. I think I saw the list of the thank yous that you put on Facebook.
Yes.
You think you'd have been able to get away with it without these guys, or do you think you'd have powered through, or is it a team effort from everyone just to get it done?
You would do it, but I wouldn't feel happy doing it without them, because if something goes wrong, then you need that support. Because I did my meniscus in my knee about 18 months ago, so I can't run anymore. So if it took somebody to get to the other side of the fell, which only takes 7 or 8 minutes, the way that we go, you know, then somebody else could get there quicker than me, and you do have a duty of care, you know. It's just one of them, and so no. The person, Richard Jones, he came to put all the we had glow sticks for the signs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so once it set off going dark, he followed the runners, and he put glow sticks on every arrow.
Yeah.
You know, and the runners absolutely love those. You know, because it's something glowing in the dark.
Literal pitch black. I'm guessing like where you were, because it's from what we've heard, it is pretty much in the middle of nowhere.
Yes,
Perfect.
it is. It's right on the top of a fell.
So how was that in terms of weather-wise? Because obviously we've not had the best summer so far.
We was really lucky. We got a couple of little showers, but it was just a bit windy. But we was lucky there because on the side of the fell that we was, they haven't felled the trees yet.
So you had all that wind protection.
In a couple of years' time, when they decide to fell the tree, it'd be a different matter.
They might have to move the start line somewhere else.
Yeah, we're going to go to the other side of the fell.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you would love for it to be 200, 300 people, but because of the size of the car park and things where we was, you can't do it. And I don't want to do that kind of thing. Go big and and then people don't like it.
Yeah,
as a trade-off, when you go up in the size, you lose some of the grassroots feel.
And the personal side. Because when you got smaller events, you actually get to talk to all the runners, their support teams. And,
there's nothing quite like them.
Yeah, you kind of you leave knowing literally everyone who's been on the site. So I get that completely.
Yeah. So we are pretty well. I think if we get it to 65, that'll just be right.
Yeah.
You know? And it's great that Beaconfell Country Park Rangers are a bit behind it as well. You know, they want the fell to be used.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is good, and like the guys that did 25 and 26 yards, they'll have seen the whole of Lancashire from the trig point.
Yeah.
And if next year, if we get a bit better weather, you may be able to see Isle of Man.
Oh wow!
Right.
Yeah. On a good day, you can see the Isle of Man. So, you know, it is a beautiful place to be. You know,
I think we might try and come up for it next year, even if it's just to see it all and hopefully see the Isle of Man.
Yeah. Come and have a couple of hours with us. You know.
Yeah.
Have a gander.
So, quick question: how do you say? I'm going to butcher this, but how do you say Goosnar?
We enjoyed this.
Say it again.
Goosnar.
Okay.
Yeah. We were having fun with that last time.
Yeah, we were just sitting at the other side of the office just going, Goosnar, no, Goosnar. No, Goosnar.
Goosnar. Okay. We can put that one to bed now.
Yeah.
So, what was one of the biggest surprises for you in terms of kind of putting on the backyard this year? And you already mentioned like putting the barbecue on next year. What kind of things do you think you might change ready for next year's event?
Change
or improve on, or were you happy with exactly how everything went?
Just well, if we get the 65, because the car park's a bit rough, we will have more like lighting, and I can't if we have. What can I say? If we have more people, then I will make the mess tent bigger. We'll have more things there for the entrance and also the people that are helping. You know, because this is what I find like with our other ultras and things. People spend the money because they want either a day out or an event.
Yeah.
We think that the days of the the 20 and 30 quidders have gone.
Yeah.
People want, like, our next ultra is on Saturday, and that's a 36-miler from Lancaster Castle to Clitheroe, and people have entered that, and they've got a 10-hour cut-off, so it's doable to walk it. You know, so people are entering because they have 5 checkpoints with food, and you know, it's a day out.
Yeah.
You know, so and I think that's what lots of people are doing today.
Yeah.
You know,
people want not so much entertainment, but to enjoy all the steps instead of being like, right, I've got to go as fast as I can to the finish line, and then it's over, and then I go home. You know, they want those little things throughout the day to kind of.
I think you hit the nail on the head with a day out. I just want to have a full day out and enjoy the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's a great kind of headspace. I like that.
Well, the thing is, the Lancaster to Clitheroe, you go over three of the highest climbs in Lancashire. So the views, if it's a good day, the views are tremendous, and you're out in the wilds and the open. You know.
Yeah.
So
even if you just have that, it's a good day. To be fair, just good weather out there. So is there anything unique about your backyard? Obviously, we talked about it being kind of pretty remote, and there's a good chunk of elevation in it. Is there anything that you think makes yours stand out as a bit different from others?
The route follows a nature trail, and one of the local carvers and stonemasons. They have all different little like bats and snakes, and they're all carved around the roots, and you know. So yeah, during the day, most of the runners will see all those carvings. You know, there's a lizard just about 2.5 miles, and people started about a couple of years ago knocking coins in.
Okay.
Right.
So the lizard is just full of coins.
Amazing.
You got checkpoints on your way around.
Yeah. It must be a bit unnerving, like middle of the night, coming around the corner and just seeing a big carved lizard with coins sticking out of his back.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's about the only unique one, and it's just I don't know. I love that. I've lived in the area all of my life, so it's. I should say this. It's nothing to me because I'm up there all the time.
Yeah. It's normal for you.
Yes, you know. But I think 6 out of the entrants had never been up there before.
Yeah.
Ever.
So for them, everything is new for them.
Everything is new, you know, and it's one of them. You come to a point, and I've called it 4-lane ends, because you go one way, then you come back to it, then you go another way, then you come back.
Yeah, right.
So and that's so very close to the trig point, but yet they're not there yet.
Yeah.
They're going to go down again.
No, not quite.
Yeah, it's just a little sneaky bit in.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, it's a place for everybody. You know, that's I don't know whether that makes it unique, but the fell was gifted to the people of Lancashire in the 1970s. You know, so it is a beautiful place. You know, I used to go with my kids when nobody else could get up there when it had snowed, and I've got a picture of me. I'm a baby daughter flying down the hill in the snow and cheesing like a carriole behind me, going down on a toboggan.
Oh,
you know,
nice.
so
it's home for you.
The Fells memories and home for me. Yeah. So it's.
You get to invite people to be a part of it, take it in.
Yeah. But yeah, so hopefully for next year we've I think we've got the same 9 in for next year.
Oh, excellent. So they've all come back pretty much.
Everyone wants more.
Gluttons for punishment.
So you have sign-ups open for next year already.
Yes.
So,
but I haven't put it on. I haven't put it on the official Backyard Ultra site yet.
Yeah.
Because I want to give the locals a chance first.
Yeah.
And then I've said at the end of July, it'll go live on the
nice.
The Backyard Ultra site.
Yeah.
You know.
But
so yeah.
Priority spaces.
Yeah. Priority spaces for locals.
So, yeah. So I don't understand. And I'm going to ask a question now. What's the bronze and the silver things?
So everyone, the whole thing kind of works off a 2-year rotation. So people want to try and get to bigs in America. That's kind of like the big one. So you can do that in the 2-year rotation. So you've got some events that are bronze medal events. Or bronze ticket events, sorry. And if you win one of those bronze ticket events, you get guaranteed a spot in a silver ticket event somewhere in the UK.
Right.
So the first year is bronze events, second year is silver events.
Right.
You can sign up for a silver event if you want, but they tend to sell out quite quick. So a good way of guaranteeing a place in a silver is by winning a bronze.
Right.
If you win a...
So what do you mean by winning?
So if you come, well, if you're the winner, say you were a bronze medal event, and it's I forgot who you're the winner of your one. Is it Pete? Phil. Sorry, if you were a bronze medal event, he would then now have a space guaranteed in a silver medal event for the following year.
Okay.
And then those silver medals are all in year 2, and if you win one of those, you get a spot in the UK national team.
Right.
It took me a while to get my head around how it all worked.
It's one of those things that you look at it and you go, I don't get this, but then something clicks and you go, oh, it adds up.
Yeah, but it took me a while to understand it.
It's something that we want to kind of put together a video or a package or something for, just to explain it clearly for everyone, because there's not something like that at the moment. No. You can just look at it as an outsider and not have a clue.
I just thought it was because you'd had the person that had won the event had done 40 odd hours or
it makes no difference. We see some bronze events and even some silver events where they only go on for 16, 17 hours. So it's never really about the number of yards that they do in those events. It's more about the events themselves. I've just noticed we've got someone in chat, Gav, who he's a race director at God's Own Backyard, and he said he still hasn't figured it out yet. And, and he's been doing it for 3-4 years, so I won't worry too much.
If we could put together a package and kind of broadcast it that just explains in a few paragraphs what's going on, how to understand it, then we'll get there.
So because I think Phil, the winner of mine, I think he would have just kept going. And that's why I gave him the name Swiss Phil, because it was like it's like, oh yeah, Phil will be coming around the corner.
Yeah, almost. It's like perfect timing. Yeah,
you know. So
I did a count up. I think out of the, I think he did 19 out of his 26 laps in either 51 or 52 minutes.
Yeah.
Like clockwork, like you say. Swiss Phil.
That's it. And I think when Pavel rang the bell, I just shouted over, "You've only got another one."
Yeah, just the last one.
And the look on his face was like,
I'm free!
Finally.
I can stop running.
So Phil's entered again, so he's coming back to
keep his title.
Yeah, defend it.
So yeah, before we finish off, have you got any shout outs or any things you want to mention? Where can people follow along with your events?
Our events, like myself, I'm Alan Taylor, and I'm 3cstours.com. But our main business is Filed Coast Runners. That's where you can enter any of our events, the ultras, the 5Ks, 10Ks, whatever. But as I say, without helpers, we're nothing. You know.
Yeah. It's a message that resonates.
Because without the depth of helpers that I have, I wouldn't be able to put anything on. You know. You know, so yeah, I just say thank you to them all.
Yeah, you got to look after your volunteers.
Yes.
And hopefully they come back next year.
So for anyone who does want to join you at the backyard next year, if they're not local, when will they be able to sign up?
They can sign up now.
Okay.
Sorry. If you go to my webpage, which is 3cstours.com, you can enter now.
Perfect. I think it's been published out on the backyard website at the end of the month.
Okay.
Yeah. They can go to my site now and enter. But as I say, we've kept it so that the locals can enter first, which you know, saying that local, the furthest away we had this time was Sheffield, so you know, so
that's close enough.
Yeah. So Yorkshire, but hey ho.
All right.
But yeah. So I am trying to get more tech savvy, which I'm not.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
You got the race sorted. That's the important bit.
Yeah. Happy runners, happy crews.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah. But,
all right.
But yeah. So as I say, it'll be on the backyard ultra site at the end of the month. Book on.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, fingers crossed it sells out. Hopefully we'll be able to make it up for next year's. If we're not running, then hopefully just to come soak up the atmosphere.
Yeah, well, I'll put an extra pod next to the mess tent for you.
Perfect. That's all we need. The closer to the food, the better.
There you go.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Al. And we'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah.
Cheers for having me, fellas.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Well, that was Big Al himself. He's got entries open for next year's event on the 27th of June. I think it's going live on the big website at the end of the month. Entries, I think, are £95.
I think they were 95, yeah.
So,
but you can pop onto the website. You can sign up now, and
if you are in that area,
or even if you're not, seems like a really just a fun grassroots event.
Yeah, it just seemed like a great place to be.
Yeah, and Al seems like a good laugh. So even if you're not running, you can probably just take Al a beer. we can still see him on the other screen. He's already got his beer.
So he's just wrapped up his event from 2 and a bit weeks ago.
Yeah.
With 26 yards on the winner, support on 25.
And I'm going to butcher the name again. Goosner.
Even though we asked.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just up in Lancashire, just north of Preston, which is just east of Blackpool, which is just south of Liverpool. Which is
that's probably enough location.
Just south of Glasgow. But yeah, hopefully you know where one of those places are.
Yeah, it's if you're a fan of hills, it's 620 something feet of elevation per loop, which is one of the bigger ones. It's about on par with Longbridge.
Yeah,
Longbridge is pretty deadly.
So it's a chunky one, but it's everyone seemed to have enjoyed it last year, as you've heard from Big Al himself.
Yeah, and the kind of outpour of support all over social media, just saying, it's such a great time.
But yeah, no, it was a small field this year, but like you heard, Al wants to try and get it to about 65 runners.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, I think we're definitely going to try and jump up for that one next year.
Yeah.
Even if it's just have some burgers and beers and just cheer people on.
So
the fun part of the backyard.
Yeah. So it's Phil Witham or Witham.
Witham. Let's go with
Phil Witham takes a win with 26 and supported by Powell Silich. Presumably.
As you can tell, we're not the greatest with names and pronunciation.
There's a lot of very good Polish backyarders, and there's a lot of Polish names to say.
Yeah, and we can never say them very well. So yeah, we've obviously covered Big Al's quite a lot. There was also
Facombe. Yeah,
we
did a little research on how to say
that.
it.
Yeah, it's a very risky one to say, but
that's how you do it. It's Facombe.
Apparently, Facombe is a correct pronunciation.
Facombe is the correct pronunciation, and it shouldn't get us banned on Twitch. But yeah, Facombe, it rained.
Yes.
It properly rained.
Rained at the start. And rained in the middle.
Yeah.
And then it got to the end and it was still raining.
It was still raining,
yeah. I think we got a picture of the final two.
Yeah, if you squinted in the middle there, it's...
you can see that...
oh, she looks so sad.
Vicky's just looking like, oh, why am I still doing this? But yeah, it looked like it was a very, very wet one. But Facombe is always a tough course.
Mm-hmm. I think, we've had a lot of very hilly backyards in the last few weeks. I think the hilliest of the year all happened kind of in a row, and I think Facombe takes gold medal with 750 feet of elevation.
Yes, I think
it's
that
absurd.
Is the tough one. I can't remember what they did last year. I think it was. I think they just got over 24 last year. I'm sure someone will be able to tell us in the chat. But yeah,
for that much rain and that much elevation, I think it's 15 yards they got in the end.
Yeah,
which is an achievement.
Yeah, considering how wet it was and the amount of hills that are there, it's yeah. So yeah, that was Facombe. I just realised you're still looking at pictures of a very, very, very wet hillside. But yeah, it was a wet one, and they did very, very good. There was Vic who ended up winning it. We had her on
last stream.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say when.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah, so Vic took the win with 15 yards, and Nick Cutts was the assist. I think you found out that he'd only just started running within the last year.
Within the last year.
Yeah, hadn't done more than 25 miles before.
And now has the assist on a backyard ultra.
Yeah, and
so
probably the toughest backyard.
Cutts, probably a name to keep an eye out for, because out of nowhere.
Yeah. Done well.
And Vic Owens with the win. It's only 2 weeks ago that she ran in Longbridge.
Yeah.
And did 25 hours of running in Longbridge, which is another one that has hundreds of feet, 600 feet of elevation.
Yeah.
So to finish that and then 2 weeks later win another event.
Yeah.
Just colossal.
Yeah,
stuff.
It's impressive.
So two very impressive names right there. Vic Owens with the win and Nick Cutts with the probably surprise assist.
Yeah.
I wonder if he even knew he was going to do that.
But yeah, at the moment there's I don't think I've seen a 2025 date. No. But if you follow Andover Events on Facebook, they will be having another event. They've been around a good few years now, so they'll be back. And if you like hills, then that is another one for you.
Yeah, I mean, if you really like hills,
yeah,
then out of the three hilly ones, this would be your favourite.
Yeah.
So if you are looking for something way down south, this is down in the Hampshires.
The Hampshires?
Well, Hampshire. Yep. If you like running for a long time on hills in the south of England,
you to be
check
fair,
out Facombe.
you've got a good choice of 3 or 4 if you like hills.
Yeah.
They seem to have popped up this year.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on, they were the 2 that we've had in the past few weeks.
We streamed.
Yeah.
So they're the ones in the past. Let's
and
look forward
to the final 2, I think it is now. The final 2 of this qualification period.
Yep. This weekend's Highlander Backyard.
Yeah. And then in August we have Pig on the Hill. I was like, the Flying Pig. It's like, that's not it either.
There are too many pig-related backyards, and it's causing me issues.
But yeah, it's so we've got two events left of this qualification period. Both of them are silver medal events, so it's all still to play for in terms of
the at-large
list. I mean, we can probably pull up the current at-large list now. No, that button didn't work. Let's try this button. So at-large list is it's still kind of all to play for, really. After Suffolk kind of rearranged things less than we expected.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the good runners remaining good and staying there, and then just a few sneaking in.
Yeah, and obviously without the winner of Suffolk being a British runner, that's obviously removed a spot, silver medal spot from the at-large list.
Everyone got bumped up by one.
Everyone got bumped up.
So we had a giant Suffolk event, and then we looked at the at-large list and went, what happened?
Yeah. So at the moment, Julie Bethune, still possible. In fact, to be honest, Julie and Ian Bethune, still possible for both of them.
1 and 2 off, aren't they? But Highlander this weekend, easily capable of 35 upwards, could hit 40.
Yeah.
Which would put, I think, anyone from 12 down in the danger zone.
Yeah. It's
it's Andy Imms, but a few others. Luke Carter, he's only just safe at the moment.
Yeah.
This weekend, it might be refreshing Facebook.
Yeah, but I think Luke Carter's also going off to Heavy Metal Backyard Ultra in Estonia.
Cool.
I can't remember when that is, but I'm pretty sure it's before the end of the cut-off. So yeah, still all to play for, especially towards the bottom of the at-large list. And yeah, first up, Highlander Backyard Ultra.
Yeah, so Highlander hosted by Rocket Events.
And if you don't know where it is, be ready for an absolutely stunning view. I mean, look
at this. It's beautiful.
I mean, I really hope that there's some nice weather for them, because that is just...
It's staggering. Yeah, it's beautiful.
If we didn't have an event that we were organising this weekend, we would be up there.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether we're running or working.
And I'll just go and have a look. But we have a very busy weekend ahead of us.
Yeah. So unfortunately,
we're devastated when we saw the venue that we're missing.
We will not have the chance to see that view, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that's up in the Scottish Highlands. Beautiful white castle. That's Blair Castle Estate. Yeah.
So from what we've heard, I think Mike has said in the chat as confirmation that the Highlander route is taking a slightly different route this year due to the landowners' say so. Runners should have got an email about it. I haven't seen the more updated route, so hopefully it's not too different for them, but it's always nice keeping things fresh.
Last year's route was 400 feet of elevation per loop, so compared to the last few weeks, it's less.
Flat, yeah.
But I think for the Scottish Highlands, that's about the best you're going to get. I'll be surprised if it gets much lower.
Yeah, but Mike's also said that 13 of them on the start list at Highlander have also gone more than 24 yards before. So,
well, last year I think it was 35 yards for the winner. The year before, 39.
Yeah.
So we can expect, unless it's raining sideways, we could expect a 35 here.
But then again, a lot of those Scottish runners, Mike, are absolutely mad and running in
very, very
running
capable.
In sideways hail is second nature to them. So
it keeps me cool.
Yeah, it's fine. It cools me down. So yeah, I think we've got they've got 104 runners on the start line.
Yeah.
So good numbers.
It's a good starting pool, and they've got some very capable runners, and they've got a good history. They could hit 40.
Yeah.
Which would put them into the at-large list and start moving names around.
Yeah. So, like, looking at some of the people we know to watch, Ian Harrison I think his last run was 2022. He's Ian and oh wow, I feel terrible. I can't remember her name. But the Harrisons, they organise Golspie Backyard Ultra up in Scotland. So that's another one that is nice. We'll look at that one another day. But Ian ran 31 yards back in 2022, and we haven't seen him run since then. But he's back, so fingers crossed. Nikki, and Ian. I don't know how I could forget that. I'm going to get an angry message from Nikki later.
The other, I think, top name is Lukas Shivlewski.
Ooh, look at you with the pronunciation.
I messaged a Polish friend on how to... so I'd say there's an 80% chance that I got that right. Yeah. But he was a podium finisher last year, did 31 yards last year, so it's familiar with the course. He can hit the 30s. Yeah. And he's back this year.
Excellent.
So, capable runner, Polish.
Yeah.
Means he's good.
Yeah.
These Polish backyarders.
One that I also want to mention, Rebecca Horman. She is heading up there. Another very, very capable backyard runner. She's won down in Devon and Cornwall backyard last year. And she runs absolutely huge ultra races and absolutely obliterates every single female record at most ultra events at the moment. She is aiming to get on the Swiss team, so she's going to be looking for a minimum of 30 yards. But probably, knowing her, she will be wanting to go and be one of the last two or three. So I think she is definitely one to be watching this weekend.
So that's Rebecca Horman, Ian Harrison, Lukas Chivlewski, and Ivor Normand. He's coming back from last year, did 26, and Rob Lowe, who was there last year, did 24.
Okay.
So there are two more names.
Ones to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you caught them when I said them, they're the names to keep an ear out for. If not, well, we'll have to wait and see. Anyone can get to the top.
If you're watching on Twitch, if you have a look in the chat, Mike has got all of the top yards for everyone running this weekend. So Ian Harrison's PB 36, Lucas 31, Craig McQueen 29, we've got 27, 27, 26. So some good solid runners. And I think if the weather goes well, then there's no reason why we don't see 35 plus.
I think just the average caliber of what we're seeing in 2024. Everything's slowly going.
Yeah, every event is creeping up.
So I think it was not unreasonable to say that we could hit 40.
Yeah,
we as spectators we could hit watching 40 hours.
Yeah, we could watch 40 hours. Yeah, we will do the easy bit. But yeah, we'll just have one quick look back at the at-large list. There we go. So yeah, if you think Highlander is very capable of getting a 35 to 40, which could bump anyone from Andy Ims and below down, like Jonathan mentioned before. Luke Carter's probably going to be watching in earnest. But yeah, obviously again, if we don't have a GBR winner of Highlander, then that's another silver medal event that gets taken out of the list. So
and everyone goes up again.
Bumps everyone up once more.
I love it.
So yeah, it's a very exciting few weeks. And yeah, it's worth noting as well that obviously if someone is a British runner but runs an event outside the UK, changes everything as well. So you never know what is going to happen over the last over the next month.
It's not simple to follow. Why would it be simple to follow?
It wouldn't be fun if it was simple. Yeah, so that is... I
think that's all our topics.
Yeah.
We've covered Big Al's was great. Big Al had a really good write-up on Facebook. If you're part of the UK Backyard Ultra group, he shared it in there. A nice 5 or 6 paragraphs on just the event. Nice read. We had Facombe, which was wet.
Wet and wet as well.
Yeah. And I think it rained.
Yeah, I heard there's a little bit of drizzle. So yeah, that was a damp one.
And then moving up to this weekend,
events,
up north, up in the Highlands of Scotland. Could be looking at a 40-hour refresh session on Facebook.
So, we'll be keeping everyone updated as much as we can in the UK Backyard group. So make sure you're following along in there. But yeah, unless anyone has any questions today, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We will be back. I'd probably say towards the end of next week. We'll do a rundown of what went on this coming weekend at Highlander. We'll also probably start having a look at Pig on a Hill,
which is the 4th silver ticket.
The final silver ticket.
And then we're coming rapidly up on the end of the qualifying period.
Yeah. So 16th of August is the final time to get your runs in for country teams. So yeah, we'll have another scoot back and look through that next weekend. But
when it all resets and it starts again.
Yeah, and it's all getting fun. And of course, like always, Eleanor Gallen, fashionably late to the party. Every single time we do one of these, I don't know how you manage it, but yeah, you managed to miss it again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we'll see you next time.
All right, and until next time, have a great weekend. Good luck to everyone running in the backyard in Scotland.
Yeah.
And we will see you in a week and a bit. All right.
Toodles!
Toodles!